Hello everyone, today we're tackling a machine that you've probably come across if you're interested in workshop tools, the Einhell TC-SP planer and jointer. Designed for DIY enthusiasts, it aims to be accessible both in terms of price and features. If you're looking for a machine to straighten and flatten your boards, whether you have furniture projects, wooden structures, or even smaller tasks, this planer and jointer could very well meet your needs. You can find all the information about this machine as well as its purchase link in the description below this video. Feel free to take a look to learn more. Alright, let's get started with the product design. The Einhell TC-SP 204 has a rather simple but functional look. It features a metal chassis paired with aluminum infeed and outfeed tables. This choice of materials keeps the weight relatively modest while providing resistance to corrosion as well as overall durability. An important point when working with wood in a workshop where humidity may be present. On the front panel, you have a control board with an on-off button and the arch for added safety, as well as a built-in thermal circuit breaker that protects the machine in case of overload. It's a small machine, but designed with safety in mind, which is always appreciated by DIY enthusiasts, or those who are just starting out with this type of tool. Where the Einhell TC-SP 204 really shines is in its compactness. Weighing in at 27 kilo, it's light enough to be placed on a mobile workbench or a suitable stand, making it easy to use in small workshops. This lightness also makes it easy to move if you need to take it to another job site. Despite its lightness, it remains relatively stable during use, notably thanks to the non-slip feet that help absorb vibrations. The height adjustment of the table is done using a knob located on the side of the machine. Easy to access and intuitive, it allows you to raise or lower the table to adjust the cutting depth with a graduation of up to 3 mm for planing. There's also a side guide that installs easily to ensure straight and precise cuts, especially when jointing. Now let's talk about performance. The Einhell TC-SP 204 is equipped with a motor rated at 1500 watts. However, during actual use, the effective power seems closer to 1000 watts, especially on harder woods like oak or beech. This can limit its performance if you plan to work with very dense types of wood, especially on harder woods like oak or beech. This may limit its performance if you intend to work on very dense wood species. But for softwoods like spruce or pine, it performs quite well. The width for jointing and planing is 204 mm, a size that allows for fairly wide pieces of wood, although for projects requiring longer lengths, it might show its limits. The cutting speed reaches 9,000 revolutions per minute. It might show its limits. The cutting speed reaches 9,000 revolutions per minute. This ensures a good quality of cut, as long as you don't push the machine with passes that are too deep. The maximum depth of cut in jointing mode is 3 mm and 2 mm in planing mode. Again, it's recommended to work with small passes to avoid overloading the motor and prevent overheating. The machine also has a chip extraction system, with an outlet specifically designed to connect an industrial vacuum cleaner. This helps keep your workshop clean and prevents buildup of grease. It can be a bit annoying during long working sessions. In terms of use, the Einhell TC-SP 204 is relatively easy to handle. Beginners in woodworking will appreciate the ease of adjusting the tables and the simplicity of the controls. In jointing mode, the machine allows you to straighten the flatness of the boards by removing irregularities from one side of the wood. Once the first face is nice and flat, you just need to switch to planing mode to adjust the thickness of the piece and get two parallel faces. However, several users have pointed out a recurring issue: a misalignment between the infeed table and the outfeed table, which can compromise the accuracy of the jointing. This issue seems to be quite common for this model, with a slight backward tilt of the infeed table. If you don't correct this alignment, you might not get a perfectly flat surface. Fortunately, with a bit of tinkering and manual adjustments, it's possible to fix this issue. Some users have even made modifications to the machine to improve this alignment. Once these adjustments are made, the machine works well for small pieces and projects on soft woods. However, it's recommended not to exceed a depth of cut of 1 mm to avoid putting too much strain on the motor and to ensure quality work. It's also worth noting that for long jobs, the machine can tend to heat up, requiring small breaks to avoid overheating the motor. When compared to other entry-level machines, like the Scheppach or McAllister models, The Einhell TC-SP 204 is positioned in a similar range, offering decent performance for its price. It's ideal for occasional use and for projects on softwoods. However, it doesn't offer the precision or power that you find in higher-end machines, like the Metabo or DeWalt models, which are designed for intensive use and work on harder woods. One of the major advantages of the Einhell TC-SP 204 is its price. With a price often around €350, it offers a good value for money for DIY enthusiasts who don't want to invest in a more expensive machine. However, if you're a heavy user and regularly work with hardwoods, it might be worth investing in a faster model, stronger and more efficient. In conclusion, Einhell TC-SP 204 is a good entry-level machine for hobbyists. It's particularly suited for those looking for an accessible and easy-to-use solution for occasional work. However, it shows its limits on hardwoods or for projects requiring high precision. For an occasional DIYer, it will do its job perfectly, but for more demanding tasks, you'll probably need to look for a more powerful model. If you're interested in this machine, don't forget to check the link in the description for more information. And why not go ahead and make a purchase? Every purchase made through this link directly supports the channel, and I thank you for that. And as always, leave a comment to share your thoughts. Like the video if you found it helpful, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our upcoming product discoveries. Thank you all for watching, and see you very soon. Hi.